Hey boys, welcome back to some more Cricket 19, my player career. It's going to be game 2 of our test match series up against New Zealand, and yeah, we've been in some good touch coming back into the fray. We haven't quite hit our straps like we were. I mean, when our series first started, I would say we're still warming to the occasion, so to speak, but. Looking at our team, very, very strong. Looking at the New Zealand team, probably not as strong as it could be, but still, still decent. And it's funny because obviously I've got, I'm the captain, so I make the selections, and I put Will Pucovski as the opener, and ever since then, I mean, he got that incredible double ton. He's been now thrown around in the test talk once again, which is, it's a little bit premature, I would say, with everything that sort of went on with Will originally, but he's always sort of been tipped and sort of groomed to eventually make that step forward, and he's a talent, and he's doing a good job for us in the career. We do have a very, very strong batting lineup for sure. I mean, it's a strong team. It's a very strong team, and also the youngster Josh Inglis is our keeper. I think. Well, I mean, I think I've talked about this before, but there's plenty of quality young keeper batsmen. Philippi is definitely well up there. Alex Carey, but I don't know, Josh Inglis. I put him in there just because I really like the way he goes about it, and I think I don't know about it. Who knows, dude? I don't know. It's sort of a 3-horse race, and it'll be interesting to see who does sort of take the role. And that so that first shot, I didn't mean to play the slog. I was trying to block it, and every time I go to block a ball in this game, because I never block, I always forget which bumper button it is, and because I'm used to. If I'm going to, use one of the bumpers, it's always going to be a big shot. So my default trigger is just to do the big shot. So yeah, that's the reason we played that shot first ball. It was a good shot though. We did a little flick off the pads and away she went. But yeah, getting back into the innings here as that one. Oh jeez. We've almost knocked it onto the leg stump there. I don't know. The bowler wasn't too excited. No one was really up and about. But, geez, we almost got out in a fairly frustrating way right there. I was going to just sneak through for a single. 2 for 91. It's a pretty solid start. Both openers getting off to a start. And that's probably the one kicker is none of those guys went on to make a big contribution, but getting off to a good start, it can't be underrated. And Labuschagne and ourselves, we're probably the two informed batters. That's a good sweep shot. Wow, that is an incredible shot. The angle around the wicket for the lefty here does work well for that sweep, and we have just crunched it fine. I actually feel coming back to Cricket 19, I feel like they've tweaked the sweep shots a fair bit, and more for that. Like, I felt like before I couldn't hit like a really fine sweep like that, but I don't know, I guess probably the latest patch they did, which would have been a while ago, I feel like the sweep shots you can play a lot finer than previous. Maybe it's just anecdotal, but I'm sure it's not, because I don't know, you can probably go back through the footage and every sweep shot generally, it probably went to like, you could hit to like just in front of square to just behind square. That was sort of the range of it. So yeah, as we're taking a full-on spin assault here, which I don't mind. I do feel like the spin is probably more likely to get us out, as we almost run ourselves out right there. I thought it was a decent shot for 2, but we hit it too well, and the fielder actually with the bullet throw almost got us in trouble. Thankfully we did go back, otherwise Labuschagne would have been killing us. As again, that one, more fine than general, and playing a bit late was probably in our benefit, as they're going to go upstairs actually. Hopefully I think we're safe. It looked pretty good. The bat is bouncing, but that's just the game being a little bit stuttery. So I think we're safe. Okay, I was, always a little bit tense in those moments because, I don't know, the game can be a little bit strange at times, and I thought we were good, but yeah, almost caught us with our pants down right there. But yeah, the spin, I love versing the spin. I feel like it's that extra challenge, and it's more about manipulating the field and really picking the gaps and running well. But yeah, I would say definitely more chance to get out to the spinners. Just, I don't know, with variation and stuff like that. The pace, they can get a nice ball in and pick up the edge. That's probably honestly, the main way I get out to the pace is probably an outside edge to like the keeper to the slips. Sometimes you just get a Jaffa, edge it, get out, basically. And then other times probably getting caught at square leg or backward square. That's probably the biggest way we get out. I don't know, I really don't remember being like bowled or caught LB against the pace. It's probably, I mean, sure it's happened, but I don't know. I'm sort of like, I'm thinking about it now. I'm like, it would be nice if they could sort of make it tougher, I guess, for bat. Like, I still feel like the batting, it could be a lot harder, especially against the pace, because the more I'm thinking about it, I'm like, you can't, I mean, if you really try, like, you really shouldn't get out bowled or LB, and against the pace primarily. You can definitely get bowled or get caught on the pads against the spin with just different variations of pace and spin. Is that what we've absolutely smoked? We were getting a little bit bogged down, a little bit frustrated, and we've just opened the shoulders and just absolutely cracked it. It was a pretty safe shot. I wasn't particularly planning for a 6, and then we backed it up with just absolutely smoking one over mid-off. I mean, that one, bit of a poor ball. He's put it up in the slot, and we've played like that. I mean, 31 off 38. Obviously, those 2 6s help with the run rate, but nothing too crazy. Just it's in the slot to hit, and there's no point trying to dink it over the top. If you're gonna go over the top, you might as well go big, and worked out pretty well. But I'm trying to think like how they can make it more difficult, because it's tough, because if you're versing the pace, like if it's on the stumps, you're gonna play a shot, so you're not really ever gonna get LB, and then getting bowled, like you've really got to, I guess for really new players you can still get bowled, but if you're experienced at all, like, it's pretty tough to mistime a shot that badly, because even when you mistime a shot in this game, you still generally hit it. Like, you pretty much have to just time it absolutely awfully to miss the ball completely, especially on the stumps. So I don't know. I think the pace is probably the biggest thing. I think getting a feel for, or getting the feeling of actually versing 130 kilometers, right? Like that. I've got the pace modifier cranked up even, a fair bit, but I just feel like that could be improved in general. Just the feeling of the pace, like a quick delivery bowled should feel quick, and just like little variations should make it much harder to time, like a slower ball or just a cutter, and then that, the quick one that's up around 140, it should have the potential to beat you, like just all ends up. But yeah, getting a bit off topic here. I'm sure I'll make videos, in the future, sort of discussing my thoughts on hopefully improvements to cricket 21. I don't know what I've talked about this before, but I'm assuming there's going to be a cricket game next year. I mean, I'm actually a little bit surprised we haven't. Oh, jeez. He's got unlucky there. I mean that ball, that was like the quicker arm ball, and we've missed that one, and that's what I'm talking about. Against the spin, their variations they feel much more variable compared to like the pace bowlers. So that's a perfect example right there. But I don't know. I'm expecting a game next year, but I am surprised we haven't heard anything. It's been dropped. A bit of luck in the 40s here. Myself and Labuschagne approaching our 50s. We're doing it in pretty quick time, as that one is a great cut shot. Just had to get it through. It's annoying, dude, because I love the cut shot, but they do have a very tight field. They've got like a close-in gully, a backward point, a man sweeping out there as well now. So they're blocking off a shot that is already difficult to play, and I don't play the cut shot too often, so it's frustrating that they're blocking the shot, dude. As that was a well little worked shot into the leg side. I love that. I love that against the spin. Just working, manipulating the field, picking up those twos. As this one we're gonna sneak back for another couple. We're doing a lot of running, so we're gonna be gassed for sure. But getting up to the 50, and I mean that's the first milestone. Labuschagne has crossed it now, 54 of 93, batting superbly, and all of a sudden, I mean 2 for 170. We came to the crease at like 2 for 80 something, I think, 2 for 90. So this has been a fantastic partnership. Not quite 100 yet, but we're fast approaching the 100-run stand, and yeah, two best batters for Australia at the crease right now. Probably. I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, we're averaging like above 50, and there's another one to the belt right there, another 50, 53 or 57. You know, we want to start. Our conversion rate isn't terrible for the start of our innings, but we definitely want to start, you know, capitalizing on these good starts. That's a good shot, dude. We've absolutely creamed it, but it's gone straight as a die into middle stump. That's, you know, it's the worst way in cricket to, you know, to either get out or to have your runs stopped. As I don't know what the fielder was doing there. We could get a lucky little single off a misfield. He just stood there. He just stood there and watched it go by. I don't know, dude. But we're continuing to face Sodhi here, who's bowling pretty well. Although that's a rank full toss. We didn't really get any of it, but you know, pretty safe shot. That was one of those ones where we pretty much always go for it. I just wasn't quite expecting it, and almost hold out. Thankfully, their mid-on is nice and tight there, because the fielders, they do get back pretty quickly. As that, oh no, he's caught it. Oh, you're joking. He's banged it in short. It was a bit of a nothing ball, and I'm a little salty because the keeper, like, literally teleported to the ball. But I don't know. It's one of those ones where, would he have caught, like, if it wasn't glitchy, any like a real life keeper, would he have caught that? Probably. I mean, it did bounce up. It stayed in the air for a while. A keeper that was, you know, prepared and on their toes, they probably would have got to it. It just obviously looked a little glitchy and a little dodgy on the replay. But at the same time, I don't know. I'm annoyed. I'm salty because that's another 100 gone begging. I mean, we weren't really that close that time, but we looked very solid up until that point. Actually, I mean, we had a couple of chances in the 40s, but other than that, it was a pretty solid innings. But regardless, we did end up posting a very hefty first innings total. I mean, 500, anything above 500, anything above 400, honestly, first innings is solid, and then anything above 500 is a very, very good platform. So hopefully we can come on, get a few wickets. Marty Guptill, who has never really, never really shone in the Test match arena. He's doing a good job here, 52 off 103, and then Henry Nichols, his partner, doing a good job as well as that one. What is that hit? It's got to be close. Honestly, I don't, like, if he edged it, I'll be annoyed because they could have caught it. They could have caught it off the rebound, but if he didn't edge it, surely this has to be close. Did he hit it? I mean, I can't blame the keeper if he didn't catch it, but the man had slip. He did edge it. That's an absolute, that's diabolical. I feel like the slips fielder should have been a little bit more urgent to catch that, because that's a wicket gone begging, I would say. And we come back here with the scores 5 for 241 into our 6 over, keeping it tight. That one, is that out? What does that hit? It is out. Oh my goodness. I didn't look confident to start with. I thought he definitely got a big inside edge. And I mean, I was disappointed with the first one, but that time the man at like a leg slip basically has done a good job. It's bounced off the keeper's gloves, and he's moved well, catching the left mid. I think it's Stephen Smith under the lid. Should the keeper have caught it? Probably. But thankfully for us, he had hard hands, so it really ricocheted and made the catch fairly catchable for Stevens. So big wicket. Mitch Santnick now comes to the crease, who can hold the bat. So you know, their tail definitely can wag. We definitely need to try and knock this over. Still, I mean, trail by 278. We're in a very dominant position as it stands. And good over, getting the big breakthrough. Worker, you know, he's got a few runs. Is that, jeez, good? I guess good running. A better throw, and Worker would have been in trouble going to the keeper's end, but he got there in the end. Finishing off that over, getting the big wicket, and only a few more to pick up into our 11th over, 1 for 10. I don't know why I said 11th over. I was looking at the runs. Into our 8th over. That sounds a bit better. 1 for 10, and you know, we're just digging in there. Is that just outside the line? Just outside the line. Getting excited. That one was just it just went on. I don't know why I challenged it. It's definitely outside the line of off stump. It was it the slider or the toppy? Actually, it's closer than I thought. No, it was actually the genuine leggy. It did spin a bit. Yeah, if it was a slider, it would have been perfect. It pitched just in line and it would have gone on, but it spun. So the one time we didn't want any spin on that one, dude. And a couple of wasted challenges, but you know what? No one else is going to use them, so we might as well use them for the theater of it all, dude. And Worker here in Sandner just digging in, just being a little bit frustrating at the back end. And yeah, we can't get complacent. You know, you don't want to go into your second innings being frustrated with not picking up the tail, because you can be in a good position still, and just that sort of the thought can still cross your mind. That's a good shot. I mean, I can't fault that. He's going for it. It was a juicy one outside the line. I was trying to tempt the drive, but he's hit it well through the gap. Yeah, looks like, what are they going to get to? So, okay, we cleaned them up for not too much more. We're still in a dominating position. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying the series. We'll come back for the rest of this game in the next one. I'll see you guys then.